What's going on, everybody? We are back for the evening stream. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I got everything set. I'm good. All right. All right, let's do this first. We'll do this as the first game. Hold the phone.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get.
All right. Hold on. Just got to turn it down a little bit. And I just got to do one final thing. Sorry. I'm late tonight. Don't mind me.
Ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Gordon to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward.
Well, Jordan's jumper is just pure, especially at that range.
To the middle, here's Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Traps in the tray.
And that's exactly
And I'm
what
doing
he's
2-minute
looking
quarters
for.
tonight,
Draining
so
the triple.
Here's Chicago. It's a three-point game. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to speak with Chicago's head coach. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
Thanks, David. Now here's Rose. The shot by Rodman, no good.
We're not going to see that very
What the
often.
hell?
Defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
This season, he has been absolutely locked
Not a good
in
start.
at the free throw line. How about 90%?
not a good start.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy, and he just looks for ways to get his guys fired up.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Love's check in for Rodman. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Scottie Pippen. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Alex Caruso comes in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Casey Wallace in for George. He gets it in there.
Jimmy B doing his work there, challenging in the lane.
Butler against Caruso. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. No good on the three. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma City out in front. They lead by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right at.
It's quite okay. We're good. I'm not going
And
to
for those
sweat
of you
it.
just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now.
First
And when you
game.
consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
On the floor for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Williams. Wiggins is out there with Alex Caruso. Then there's Wallace. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the 1. Butler with the ball. Williams picks him up. They get it back. Basket is good. He'll get a chance.
There we go.
More at the line.
There we go.
Block a few times, and that time understood how he could draw the foul, and they couldn't stop him from nailing the shot.
Dennis Rodman. He's checked in for the Bulls. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Jang, he's checked in for Williams.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
No one. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Chicago making a switch here. Rose is checked in. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein comes in for Jang. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Wiggins surveying the floor. Back to Caruso. Dort wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bulls trail by 4. On the wing, Rodman. Covered by Wiggins. Here's Butler. Hard earned by Butler.
We're back in it.
Butler just taking
We're back
that
in.
motion right through contact.
And Gilgeous Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pass to Caruso. Driving in. And the dunk to
Oh, we
finish
were
it
back
off.
in
A
it.
beauty.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see, and it came this close, Greg.
On one side,
Come on.
inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Count it. Caruso's got the lead up to
Damn,
6
my
now
team
for Oklahoma City.
sucks.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein.
Get Jordan back in there.
So it's Chicago now. And here's Jordan outside. And the Bulls with another miss. Wallace outside. Over Jordan. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And the first half is now in the books. Thunder lead by 6. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
This is crazy. Crazy first game.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And here are the Bulls now. They trail by 6. They've got Dennis Rodman. Jordan is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Pippen. And it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. It's deflected. Rose up on top. He started by Williams. Here's Pippen. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
All right.
He's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Bulls. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times if that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin certainly will.
I agree. You know, David, he is fearless. It's stolen by Rodman. Rose goes in. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
There we go.
Defensively, you've got to play Rose for the drive. You let him get to the rim, and you throw it down on your head.
And Mark Dagnall calls timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Outside, Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Dort. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, damn.
Dort's got 6 points.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut back down to 2 points on the basket from Scottie Pippen. And here are the Thunder now. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nails the baby hook. He has 5.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
Rose finds Rodman. Back to Rose. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City out in front, up by 4. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our state.
That had to hurt his pride.
Of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The drive, the willpower of Michael Jordan is on a completely different level. He is competing every second he is on the floor and always looking for any way he can beat you. And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
It's the only way they can win is keep giving him the ball.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Jordan finds Pippen. A 3 off the mark. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
How smooth was that as Gilgeous-Alexander just rising up that time. Great pace.
And that one's good by Pippen.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
59 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Gilmore. Pippen for 3. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that.
Let's go. We're back in it.
the clutch.
We are back
Mark
in.
Daigneault calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
During their last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. George trains it from downtown.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. It's stolen by Rose. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Jordan. Pass to Rodman. To take the lead. Good!
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
First win.
They put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really,
I'll take
it's like
it.
a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Thank you for joining us.
All right, who are we using next here? Yeah, let's go all-time Lakers.
Hello and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports this Tuesday evening. Along with Grant Hill
Well,
and
this is gonna
Richard
be a heck of a
Jefferson,
game.
this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce. It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. And the starting group for Chicago. They've got Derrick Rose, and it's Gilmore in at the center position.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
That one goes in.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Here's Pippen. Here's Rodman. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. A minute 15 left in the opening quarter. Pass to O'Neal. Here's West.
Oh, I
That shot
missed it.
missing. Some solid defense
Come on.
from Jordan. Here's Pippen. It's stolen. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Knocks it loose.
No! Why did I do that?
Tipped. Goes back up. And the layup is good.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
Now here's Bryant. The shot comes out.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
From deep, Jordan. O'Neal pulls it in. Here's Abdul-Jabbar, guarded by Rose. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely even smooth when he's powering it home like that. We're at the end of one in a close game so far. And back in a moment as we'll
I
get
knew this was
underway
gonna be a good
with quarter
game.
number 2.
I had no doubt this would be a good game.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
They've got James, and it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the center position, filling out the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Rebounded by Pippen. Pippen's got
rough.
his 4th rebound in this one. Driving inside, lays it up and banks it in.
That was rough.
Pippen's gotten his 2nd bucket.
He just makes it look so
right.
easy on offense. Just, like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here's Worthy. Pass to James. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Chicago leading. Butler passes to Armstrong. Here's Noah. Here's Pippen. Clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Love. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
The officials were right on top of that.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting for Chicago, Bob Love. Taking 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over.
Let me hear you.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. Here's West. And here's Bryant. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Here's Rose. And that one is stuffed right through.
It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work. But that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
Here's Baylor. Still no points. Back to Bryant. Pass to Johnson. Here's Baylor. Off the mark there with a three. Jordan inside. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Here's West. No good on the quick three. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far.
Not good.
Bulls out in front. They lead by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Not a good start.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Lakers trail by 5. On the court for Chicago. They've got Derrick Rose, and it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. And that one good.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Jordan with a screen on Johnson. Here's Rose. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Johnson. Rose, the pass to Rodman. Here's Pippen. Counted from distance. Pippen's got 7 points.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Outside O'Neal. And he comes up with a bucket. O'Neal's got his first 2 points.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Pippen. Lets it go from deep. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Rose. 10 points for him.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Here's West from outside the arc. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Rose. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Jordan. Releases. Off target from the wing.
All alone from mid-range. You've got to think he's kicking himself.
Pass to Bryant. Jacks up a 3. Hits the 3-pointer. Bryant's got his second basket of the game. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. From deep, Jordan. No good. Misses at the buzzer. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. It's the Bulls up by 3. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on the platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page. Ooh.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Kobe Bryant, and it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 4 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Bryant, the pass to O'Neal. Here's West. Kept alive. That shot is good by O'Neal.
And just an important bucket down the stretch. This is when his focus becomes razor sharp.
The deeper into crunch time we get, the harder he's going to work on that offensive glass.
Here's Rose. And he dunks it down.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Bryant, right side. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. There's a minute 12 left in the fourth. Here's Pippen. Out to Rose. Launches it. Abdul-Jabbar with a rebound.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Offensive board. Another shot. Count it. What a beautiful shot. Brings it within 3.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to.
What we got left?
Okay.
It is it's gonna be close
here in the final period.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie
This is gonna be a
LaForce.
close one.
I was able to listen in on what the Bulls coach was going over with his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Johnson on the wing, covered by Jordan. Bryant, no good. And Rose has got the ball here for Chicago. 3-point lead. Pass to Gilmore. Here's Pippen. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Kobe.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
That's their only option. They have to get a good look from deep here.
So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt about it.
Just a
I tried.
fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
And that about wraps it up for Grant Hill.
Pippen killed me with those threes. Let's see, who are we going to use next?
And the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're... Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. We've got Brown. He's out there with Jose Alvarado. And it's Messi in at the 5. And for the Warriors, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moody is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. You know, Greg, so often we talk about depth, but how important is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce. It really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
Now, here's Moody. And the slam by Moody.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Greg, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
Now here's Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Nisi. Count that bucket.
That's a nice pass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Curry nails the baby hook.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first. And it's Alvarado missing. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. Pass to Moody. Left side Curry. Here's Butler. And he converts the layup.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight coverage.
Three-pointer. Hits it from three-point range. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Warriors ahead, up 1. And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second.
How to work on that
and taking a look at
defense.
the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Brown. And it's Robinson Earl in at the force line. Hield with the bucket.
And this is how confident Hield is. He knows he's capable of torching the D off the catch.
Stan, you know this. Every team wants those 3-and-D wing types. This Pelicans team is loaded with them.
Yeah, Kevin, they love those type of guys. Long, athletic guys who can defend, and they either come in being able to shoot the three, or they develop them into three-point shooters, and it shows in the numbers. Last year, they were 4th in three-point percentage, 7th in defensive rating. Those are key metrics.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Hield. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Made me feel
Brown
stupid.
outside. Offline with his 3. Warriors leading by 3. Curry outside. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. And there's the try. Payne, that's good.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Curry dishes to Kuminga. Payton surveying the floor. Back to Kuminga. Shot clock at 6.
Oh, come
away.
on.
It's
Damn.
3-on-3 on the fast break. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And they'll keep possession.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
New Orleans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group. Only around 75%.
And that one misses.
All right, worst they're going to do is tie it.
And it's tied up with that one. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Right side, Green. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Hield from outside. And he's good on the three ball. Hield's got 6 here in this quarter. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Warriors lead by 3. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy has been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, he's a great competitor. He makes positive plays at both ends, and he's a great teammate as well.
In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball.
All right.
Nevertheless,
we got the ball
Team
back.
USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shines bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. Hey, Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Down low. And down it goes.
That was on me.
Get one home.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for a job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, DA. And timeout called by Willie Green. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Alvarado. Still yet to score. 17 seconds left in the third. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Back to Green. Outside Curry. And that's going to do it for the third.
That would have been nice.
The Warriors on top. They lead by 5. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. We've got Kelly Olynyk. Jose Alvarado is out there with Bruce Brown. And it's Misi in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Alvarado. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land.
What a time for him to step up. Big three right there.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity in this league.
And it's good, 2 points.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint. This has reached desperation time for him.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
3-pointers off the mark.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Rock loose. Pass to Alvarado. Over in the corner, Brown. Back to Alvarado. Pocket 6. Fires the 3. Oh, drew the foul. Almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. It goes on Moses Moody. So the first of 3 is good, and that brings them within 5. The second one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And no good on the third free throw. So he ends up going 2 of 3.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Dubs.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5.
Taking 2 shots.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident that he's able to go up and knock those down.
And so it's Willie Green here calling timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They grant their own miss. Brown deciding where to go with it. Tries again. They shoot again to the right side. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Taking 2 shots.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really
I'll take it.
firm when they needed to. On both ends, it's just effective.
We're playing 2-minute quarters. I'll take it.
With this win.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with, all right, David, thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So
I really do need to work on the defense, though. All right, who are we using now? Got to go with one of my favorite 90s teams right here.
Welcome to Tuesday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. We got a good one in store for you. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic. Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Taurean Prince. And it's Rollins in at the 1. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Penny Hardaway showing off his athleticism there. He's capable of throwing it down with force.
A lot Antetokounmpo against Howard, and it's Antetokounmpo off the drive.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him, an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Howard, always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Lopez. Kuzma for three. Always a nice way to start, makes his first one.
Boy, Kuzma, superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence, and he's got great range, too.
Howard, the pass to Hardaway. Sinks the tray. Hardaway's got 5.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Rollins. Antetokounmpo finds Kuzma. Offensive rebound. Here's Orlando. Outside, Hill. The shot, no good.
Oh, come on.
Kuzma with the defensive
I don't know
effort.
why I didn't go up for it.
Antetokounmpo outside. Pass to Lopez. Here's Rollins. Back to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Damn, come on, Shaq.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to
My
a close.
goodness.
Milwaukee out in front. They lead by 2. And
I need better defense. That's all there is to it. I suck at defense in these games.
And if you're just joining
I
us,
admit it.
It's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Yeah, this is how you can keep a crowd quiet, though. I mean, methodically score at the line and take some of that energy away from the fans. They don't like to have the action stop in the opposing team scoring.
We've got Dwight Howard, and it's Lewis in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. To the inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
The 3 from Prince. Howard grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Kicks it out to Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
I mean, if you're just going to let me do it.
Taking flight. Check him out.
I'm going to
Defense
do it.
gave him all the room he needed there.
Porter the pass to Portis. Anderson against Trent. Howard with some nice D.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Let's go.
Nice job inside that time by Rashard Lewis. Recognized
Oh, wow.
he had the
That was
advantage and
terrible.
attacked.
And the Bucks making a change here. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Smith. Antetokounmpo comes in for Portis. Kuzma's checked in for Trent. And it's Rollins in for Porter Jr. And
Nice.
the timeout called here by
Nice.
Doc Rivers. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Paolo Banchero, he's checked in for Lewis. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Kuzma finds Antetokounmpo. Oh, look at Giannis power in.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Here's Hardaway.
Oh, come
Rebound by
on.
the Bucks.
Wow.
Antetokounmpo inside. Working on Banchero. It's Prince on the wing. Here's Rollins. No points yet. Shot clock at 6. And the shot goes in.
A super high percentage shot there. You just can't allow him to get that close.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Hardaway, no good. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Magic
All right, while halftime's going on, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Following the break, keep it right here on 2K Sports.
All right. Let's go. I mean, I'll be honest, my D isn't terrible.
And
It definitely needs
half,
improvement.
we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll
That's
soon
all I'm gonna
find
say
out
about
what
it.
sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Here's Hardaway. So on the floor for Milwaukee. Inside we have Giannis Lopez. Then there's Prince. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Rollins in at the 1.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others. Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Lopez, the screen on Hill. Kuzma outside. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Orlando leading. O'Neal passes to Howard. Over on Antetokounmpo. The shot by Howard, no good.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Putting that stanchion to the test, the big fella, banging it down.
Pass to Hill. And we're about a
I can't
minute
get
and a
nothing
half
to
in
drop.
the second half. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Oh, and the jam by Giannis.
An absolute insane display of dribbling from Antetokounmpo. I mean, you can't take this guy lightly when he's got the ball. Mad handles for a guy of any size, but 7 feet tall. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, that's just an assertive play by Giannis against tough defense, drawing a foul and still getting the shot off.
That free throw misses. And he can't hit the second. Hardaway with it. Rejected by Lopez. Second shot opportunity. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Three-quarters of play and a close one here. Milwaukee out in front, leading by 1. We'll get right back to the action when... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading
That
the
was a good
defense
pass.
like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from the big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's O'Neal in at the 5, down low. That's who's out there for Orlando. Hardaway, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Antetokounmpo can't connect. Orlando trailing here. Pass to McGrady. To the paint. Here's O'Neal. No luck on that one.
Come on,
Good
Shaq.
D by Antetokounmpo. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Lets a floater go. The putback. Antetokounmpo flying high for the follow.
And the activity of the Greek freak around the bucket. I mean, this guy just does not quit. Really knows how to finish with authority after misses come his way.
Wow, that shot is good by O'Neal.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Pass to Howard. Out to the right wing. Driving in. Money.
There's not a lot you can do when Howard is on like he is now.
Huge moment here.
You have to stay calm in these situations.
Here's Rollins. Defended by Hardaway. Floats one. It's hauled in by the Magic. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
So the first one drops. And that'll put them up 2. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation.
These games have been
which is why
nuts.
he called the TO. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Personal foul. Third team.
First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Dwight Howard taking 2 shots.
And he's unable to get the second one. The 3 from Prince. Howard grabs the miss. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for
And no good, as the first free throw misses.
Come
We'll see
on,
if
we
he
all
can
know
hit the
Shaq
second.
can't shoot.
taking 2 shots.
And he ends up
Oh my
making the
God, he
second.
made one.
And that puts him up 5. The 3 from Prince. That shot is off. And so Orlando takes the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy.
That was a good game.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. And as we leave, we present...
That was a real good game. See, there's not too many teams I actually like. That's the problem.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke
Oh
and
my
David
God.
Aldridge. It's the Orlando
Come on,
Magic
Tatum.
matched up against the defending NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. A look at the starting group for the Magic. We've got Shaquille
That was
O'Neal.
terrible.
Hardaway is out there with Tracy McGrady. That's Hill. And it's Howard in at the power forward. And White kicks to Tatum. And he lays it straight in.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Now here is Hill. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Here's Hill. Off target with his three. Porzingis passes the Brown. Back to Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Kristaps Porzingis in tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
Hardaway dishes to McGrady. Hands it from downtown. McGrady's got his second bucket of the night.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Holiday gets the bucket.
A really smart player. Holiday can find.
We should get some NHL going. You want to see me be terrible?
Here's Shaq. And finished off by
If you think I'm bad at this, you should watch me play NHL.
O'Neal.
Now flying high and throwing it down with a one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Outside Holiday. Rebounded by Howard. There's 21 seconds left in the first. Beyond the arc. Orlando gets it back. Second chance effort, and it's good on the way up.
Yeah, and
Come
when
on,
Howard
now
is
I'm
allowed
starting
to
up.
get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
The kick out to Tatum. White the pass to Tatum. It's good from long range. Tatum's got 5.
Such
Nice.
a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Tie game in Boston. We've got more hoops coming your way.
1 second sooner. 1 second sooner. That would have been good.
Some good action
Damn.
already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
They've got Jason Tatum. Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Pritchard in at the 1 spot. That's the Boston. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. And stolen by Howard. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Turkoglu. Lays it up off the glass. Turkoglu's got the lead up to 4 now for Orlando.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Hauser. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Hauser's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
Howard with a clean look. Offensive rebound. Good work there as it goes. Turkoglu's got 6.
See, now the D's just falling apart.
Working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. That's to Porzingis. Brown outside. Tatum kicks to Holiday. Over in the corner, White. No good from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Howard, the pass to McGrady. Lobbed up there for Howard. And stolen by White. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Holiday attacking, and he finishes nicely on the way.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
There's McGrady. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. McGrady's got his third basket of the night. Outside, Tatum launches it. The shot comes out. 1 second left. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Magic. They lead by 3. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Nice game. Great performance by Tracy McGrady.
Done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
So on the floor for Orlando. O'Neal is out there with Howard. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Hill in at the small forward position. Brown finds Tatum, and here's Holiday. It's White on the wing. McGrady cover, and White slams it in.
Derek White saying it's not just the big fellas who've got some hops. I can put it down. Yes, sir.
Orlando leading. Pass to Howard. Tipped away. Hill with it. Looks for O'Neal. Gets it to him. Over Porzingis. O'Neal misses. Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
And they have done well to stick around these last few minutes.
Brown,
damn.
no good.
Got to credit the
I missed
defense.
it.
They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy
Come
task.
on. Can't leave him open.
And is there any shot T-Bag doesn't have?
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics, trailing by 4. Here's Brown. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You get a look at the gritty, competitive fire of Jaylen Brown. Takes on the defense and draws the contact.
And he makes both free throws.
2-point game. We're still in it.
36 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Hardaway. Lets it go from deep. And Tatum pulls it down.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Puts up a 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside? The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
It's stolen by McGrady. The third quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 4. And after a quick break, we're going to come right. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us
That was a good
Ryder
pass.
always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor,
Come on.
serve it up
What
on
is with the
time
bad
and on
passing?
target.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard. With
My
Brown
goodness.
playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. That's the Boston 5. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
Well, what's impressive to me about Jason Tatum is how he attacks his weaknesses in the offseason. This guy is committed to greatness.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
McGrady kicks to Hill. Safety move. And all is going to win that time before dropping in. Hill's got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic. The 9-foot shot. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by White. White's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, that's where you use your athleticism and agility for Jaylen Brown, navigating to a high percentage look.
Here's McGrady. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Outside Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
I love the Jason Tatum not settling for a jumper. He goes to the rim with authority.
So it's Orlando now. It's a 1-point game. Pass to Shaq. Money!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And it's Orlando's ball. McGrady kicks to Hill. Drills the three-pointer.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball because that really will help his confidence.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The 3 from Tatum. It's hauled in by the Magic. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McGrady. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, I think we're going to lose this one.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And watching McGrady, you see the length and athleticism. He's a matchup nightmare for most teams.
It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Well, Jason Tatum in a big moment, he is unafraid.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
It's showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Now a timeout called by Boston. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Fourth team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
McGrady, 2 shots.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Fifth team foul.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Hey, you know what? I played a good game.
Line for 2.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The shot by Holiday, no good. And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
And that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and
Is what it is. You ain't gonna win them all.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. We'll see the Charlotte Hornets and the Orlando Magic. So the Hornets starting five. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Green. Then it's Williams. Then there's Seth Curry. And it's Simpson in at the point guard position.
Bridges brings a toughness to his team's interior scoring because of his athleticism, physicality, and aggressiveness.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Outside Hardaway. Outside Hill. Back to Hardaway. Right side Hill. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Inside Hill can be a problem finding a way to get around the defense and score the ball.
Outside Green. To the middle. Here's Williams. And Williams.
Damn, he got over me.
He's a tremendous finisher, and the defense failed to challenge.
Yeah, you hesitate a little bit, you're going to pay.
I think there's a lot of guys out there who agree with you on that one, fellas.
Here's McGrady. Outside Hardaway. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Hey, I love the effort from the defense, but Hardaway able to finish through contact. Nicely done.
Curry passes to Williams. Here's Simpson. From 10 feet away. O'Neal pulls it in. Howard in the high post. Oh, it's blocked by Williams.
Wow.
Green for three. Howard grabs the miss. And here are the Magic now. Here's McGrady. Here's O'Neal. And that one's good with extra effort on the glass.
O'Neal throwing himself around and coming away with the bucket. He is an absolute wrecking ball and a gigantic one on the glass.
Williams a screen on Howard for three. Bridges. And that's not going to go. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. It's the Magic. They lead by a bucket. We've got more in store for you right after.
A lot of dumb shots.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys stat-wise?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. They've got Josh Okogie. He's out there with Smith. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Green. And it's Diabate in at the 4.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
Pass to Nurkic. Smith with it. To the wing, right side. 4 on the clock. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Skiles passes to Lewis. Here's Skiles. Pass to Anderson. Lets the three fly. Smith with the rebound. Charlotte trailing. Okogie, the pass to Green. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Green's got his first points of the game.
You know, of all the things Okogie does well, his passing tends to get overshadowed at times. I mean, easy to see how creative he is on this feed.
Now Howard. Here's Lewis. Here's Skiles. Connects from downtown. Skiles Skiles has got 5 points in the quarter.
And Skiles makes quick decisions on offense. I love that, including when to shoot off the catch.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. And here's Curry. No points so far. Pass to Bridges. Takes the three. Drops in the three.
High basketball IQ on display from Curry there, making a quick pass.
Now here's O'Neal. Shoots over Bridges. And that'll do it for the first half.
I don't know why I just took that shot.
And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
That was a dumb shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. We've got Dwight Howard, and it's O'Neal in at the center position, locking down the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's McGrady. Uses the glass on the layup. McGrady's got his first points of the
That's
night.
okay, because I didn't even know Curry played for Charlotte.
McGrady inside is confident.
That's how
using
often
his
I watch
outstanding
basketball.
length to get the shot he wants and to get it off.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. BA?
Business as usual, Al. Thanks.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Hill drives in, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
So he gets them both. And here are the Magic now. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. That's tipped.
Oh, come on.
And it's the Hornets on the break. Here's Williams. Oh, rejected by Howard.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Howard. Return to sender. That's what he stamped out.
I can't believe I was able to block that.
The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Curry passes to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Orlando with a rebound. Pass to Hill. Kicks it out to Hardaway. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Magic, up 2. And coming up as soon as we return.
Unfortunately, it took
And
me
now
too
we have
long
a
to
moment
get it
to
off.
reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your two-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, and as a two-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it's really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And so in the game for the Hornets, we've got Mark Williams. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Green. Then there's Seth Curry. And And it's Simpson in at the point guard position. Now here's Curry. He's guarded closely. The layup misses. Orlando leading. Here's Hardaway. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Got a question for you. How do you guard Penny Hardaway? He's long, he's athletic, he's smart, he's got great vision, excellent ball handling skills. Simply a matchup nightmare.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Green, the pass to Bridges. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Good job from the interior. Bridges just taking his time and letting these shots come naturally within the flow of the offense. No rush at all.
Pass to Hardaway. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Hardaway's gotten 4 this quarter.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
Okay, thank you, Allie. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
O'Neal. And it's good.
Big bucket from a big man. Shaq is special.
So it's the Hornets now. Pass to Bridges. Outside for Green. Bridges against Howard. From 9 feet out, Howard grabs the miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Here's Curry. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Fires for 3. Charlotte, no good that time either. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul.
And he misses the first one.
Damn it, Shaq.
He wanted that one to go.
Shaquille O'Neal.
And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. There's 18 seconds left in the game.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Hardaway from outside. No good. So it's Orlando picking up the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
You get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching.
I can't complain. The games have been great. Even the ones I lost. I do like the all-time team.
It's time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. We'll see the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Donaldson. Aguirre is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Blackman in at the 2. And so it's Dallas with it. Following the shot by Kareem. Pass to Aguirre. Shot, high post. That's good on the jump shot.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it will be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Abdul-Jabbar. That
Come
shot,
on,
no good.
that's twice.
1:11 left here in the opening quarter. To the paint, it's deflected. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Kobe, and Bryant slams it in.
And he anticipated the play, and Kobe finished it on the other end.
Outside, Aguirre. Nowitzki outside. Misses the 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that set.
Went right under him, too.
Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Pass to Nowitzki. From outside the arc, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the defense has to be up on Nowitzki more than that because he's too good a shooter from outside.
It's tipped.
Come
with
on,
the steal.
Shaq.
Aguirre, a screen on Johnson. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. A good, close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Maverick. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I really thought that everything seemed to fall into place for them in that first quarter.
Well, they're playing aggressive, unselfish basketball, exactly what their coach wants.
We've got Baylor. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Worthy. Then it's James. And it's Goodrich in at the point guard position. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now here's James. Over Finley. James, no good.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Harper the pass to Finley. A fadeaway. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Finley's got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs. Pass to Worthy. Back to Goodrich. Here's Baylor. Bucket is good. Baylor's got his first points in this one.
And what's unique about Baylor, he can score from a variety of angles and really good off of either shoulder. Just great extension and body control.
Here's Finley. And here is Harper. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Worthy. LeBron James on the wing. What the athleticism of LeBron James.
Not the first, and certainly not the last time we'll see this. LeBron finding airspace.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. O'Neal's checked in for Worthy. Kobe comes in for James. West is checked in for Baylor. And it's Johnson in for Goodrich. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. No good on the quick 3. And here's Abdul-Jabbar. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And here's Bryant outside. Good, and Abdul-Jabbar gets the assist. Kobe's got 7 points in the game. Johnson against Doncic. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. Shit. That's on me.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
I didn't even realize I was doing it.
7 seconds left in the first half. Dallas, no good that time either. Got it off in time. He can't get that one. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Los Angeles on top, up by 3. And we'll be back with you right after this.
Like, I only realized it after the violation was called. And then realized I was the one that was standing in the paint.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kobe Bryant really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the floor for Dallas. Nowitzki is out there with Donaldson. Then there's Aguirre. Then there's Doncic. And it's Blackman in at the 2. Count it. Good. West has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Lakers.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Aguirre against Kobe. Nowitzki for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nowitzki's got 7 points in the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Pass to Blackman. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here in this third quarter.
Oh, my God, I got it stripped as I was going up.
Here is Aguirre. Nowitzki for 3. Nowitzki can't get that one to fall. Los Angeles leading by 4. Castro O'Neal. Aguirre grabs the miss.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Doncic feeling it out. And the slam by Doncic.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
And he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The free throw off from O'Neal. It'll count. The shot will not fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Lakers lead by 4. And time to step.
Another good game.
Here now a
the
chance
games
to
are
show
going
you
awesome tonight.
Assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
3/10 quarters behind us. And more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. They've got Abdul-Jabbar. West is out there with Johnson. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Bryant in at the 3 slot. That's the Laker 5. Castro O'Neal, 4 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. The shot by Abdul-Jabbar, no good.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
It's Nowitzki on the wing. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Doncic. Banked in off the glass.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Doncic outside. Nowitzki in the post. And on Abdul-Jabbar. Nowitzki, the pass to Donaldson. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Big shot maker. When the game heats up, so does Matt.
Timeout, Dallas. And now I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
It's going to be another close
Over the
game.
break, I listened to what the head coach for Dallas was getting across in the huddle. Now he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Shaq kicks to Abdul-Jabbar. The three from Bryant. And they get it back. In the corner, O'Neal with it. On the wing, Johnson. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
Timeout, Dallas.
And they're out of timeouts, so they better make it count.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either. So they foul intentionally.
Second team.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. Abdul-Jabbar can't get it to go. And there's a whistle. And that's going to go on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas with the ball. Nowitzki outside. Misses the three. And he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And so the Lakers take
almost.
Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by...
All right.
Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. I'm Brian Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill.
I think I won
Ali
one
LaForce
tip
will be
off
reporting
all
from the
night.
sidelines. It's the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Boston Celtics. All right, let's check out the starting lineup for the Trailblazers. We've got Anthony Simons. He's out there with Denny Avdia. Klingon out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at power forward. To the right side. Here's Pierce. Portland with a rebound. Here's Avdia. And it's Bird with a rebound. Kuzi, the pass to Bird. Pass to Havlicek. Here's Bird. Kuzi to pass to Bird. Just 4 to shoot. Drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Here's Kamare. And he jams it home with authority.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. Bird passes to Kuzi. And the shot's good.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Off the outside. There's Simons with a 3. Cowens grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Bird. Here's Cowens. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter here. Pierce, the pass to Bird. And the 3 off target. Grant outside. Elbow shot. Good as the jump shot falls. Grant's got 5.
Well, you love the unselfishness.
Oh, wow.
Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize.
That was
on the
stupid.
possession.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Portland.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Then it's Murray, and it's Reith in at the 5. Sharp, no good.
Now there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand.
I got to get better with those passes.
Pass to Henderson. Fires the 3. And Havlicek pulls it down. Boston trailing. White on the wing. There's the 3. Fires in the triple. White's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's the 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. 56 seconds left to play in the first half. McHale, the pass to Garnett. Outside White. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And Chauncey Billups calls time out here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. A big group substitution here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Reith. Jeremy Grant comes in for Murray. Avdia, he's checked in for Sharp. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Henderson. Here's Kamare. And here's Grant from the arc. Parrish with a rebound. Boston leading by 3. Here's Pierce. It's good. Pierce has got his first bucket in this one. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. There's Simons with a 3. Sinks it from distance. There's 18 seconds left in the half.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about
Oh
taking
my
it no
God.
matter how much time is left on the clock.
4 seconds left. Oh, and that one, no
I have got to
question,
stop doing that.
powered it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
So the clock runs out with the score tied going into the half. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Here's Kuzi. And it's Cowens in at the center position. That's the Boston 5. And down it goes. 2 points.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Now here's Avdia. He's scoreless. Here's Bird. Right wing. Pass to Kuzi. Up and in on the layup.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Blazers trail by 4. Here's Klingon. For 3. And it's Simons missing. So it's Boston now. Grant with a steal.
Did it again.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. These are his first free throws of the game.
I had to watch those passes.
And that one falls for Simons. Both shots good from the strike.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
To the wing on the left. Bird passes to Havlicek. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Boston shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. That one's no good. Blazers trail by 3. Here's Avdia. Soft touch off the glass. Avdia's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, nice dish there by Grant. Playing unselfishly and putting the team ahead of himself.
Pierce gets the bucket.
And you look at how they've come out in the second half. It's almost like night and day.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Kamari. Back to Simons. Pass to Avdia. Shot clock at 5. Let's go with a 3. Rebound Boston. Fires from way outside. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Anthony Simons out there with Avdia. Then there's Klingon. Then it's Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamari in at the 4. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game. Grant the pass to Simons. Down low. Klingon. And he banks in the layup.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you have to have.
Here's Kuzi. Count it.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Blazers trail by 3. Simons outside. That one goes. Count it.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Come on.
No wonder he's been off the mark. He's been hanging in the background, somewhat uninvolved tonight. Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big-time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Cowens. He connects.
Hey, clashes with the larger defender and makes maybe the biggest shot of the game.
Yeah, and that's even harder than it looks to overcome that height differential right at the rim.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
And Allie, thanks.
Woo! BA, that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's Simons. It's rebounded by Pierce. And now we've got an intentional foul. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
What composure at the line, forcing your opponent to look for the three-pointer now.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Here's Simons. It falls! And that one brings them within 1.
Some defenses are designed to yield the mid-range shot. For him, that's a good look. Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Simons outside. Oh, off target.
Clawing their way back in. That was a chance to even things up.
Yeah, that could be deflating. They have to lock back in.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Thank you for the follow.
And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
And so it's Boston who scrapes by with the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or themselves, but at the end of the day, everyone on their side is happy.
Yeah, happy indeed. The momentum shifted away from them a few times, especially early on. But give these guys credit for sticking with the game plan and finishing the job.
And that
Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. A loaded backcourt, it's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Allen in at the center position. And for the Warriors, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moody is out there with Butler. And it's Green in at the center. Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
Curry dishes to Green. And it's Green with the jam.
With how much Draymond moves in the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, I did get a chance to speak with Steve Kerr a little bit. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Green finds Curry. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
And here are the Cavaliers. It's a three-point game. Allen at the screen for Mitchell. And the three off target. The Warriors have gotten their first three shots to go in for to start off this game. Outside Butler. Curry on the wing. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Garland. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Quick release jumper from Garland there, showing how fast he can get rid of it.
2 on the clock. And the play by Curry as he finishes it off for 2. Curry's got 5. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Warriors ahead, leading by 3. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Payton. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 spot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Richard with Buddy Hield. We're talking about one of the best shooters in the NBA.
No question, he is a marksman. He's going to have to be a mercenary, though. He is the type of an outside threat that every team needs. I don't care what the offensive system is, Buddy Hield will find a way to score.
Payton kicks to Kuminga. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hield can't hit.
I don't know why I just
Cavaliers
did that.
trail by 3. Here's Jerome. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Payton passes to Kuminga. Looking for Payton, he gets it there. Kuminga finds Payton. Here's Curry. The Cavaliers pull it in.
Now I can't get nothing to drop.
And that's one he'll usually make.
Here's Jerome. Defended by Payton. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Kuminga. Payton inside. Covered by Mobley. Now here's Hield. D right on him. Misses from close range. The Cavaliers trail by 3. On the wing, Green. Pass to Hunter. Here's Okoro. He nails it, and we're tied up. Okoro's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Curry fires from way outside. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game.
Jesus.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following.
I should have a bigger lead than this.
Quarter underway. that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And the league giving a bit more leeway, GA, to defenders. As a hard-nosed defender yourself, I'm sure you like that change.
Oh, I do. I mean, we all love the intensity of playoff basketball. So why not bring a certain level of physicality to the regular season?
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. At the forward spot, it's Bruce and Mobley. And it's Allen in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Mitchell. It's deflected to the inside. It's stolen by Strus. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Pass to Strus. Here's Mitchell. It's rebounded by Golden State.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Curry through traffic.
There we go.
That's on the defense there. Can't let Curry get into the lane.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guy. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
We'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. And it's Strus missing. Warriors leading by 5. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Pass to Podziemski. The 3. Oh, Curry so accurate from three-point range.
This is what Curry does best. He is so creative at getting into rhythm and staying hot.
Curry against Garland. Mitchell outside. Shoots over Podziemski. They can't stop the run with that one. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs loving their passing skills, you'll notice.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Green is out there with Butler. And it's Moody in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And the basket by Curry.
I'll take it.
Not just a jump shooter. Curry is so creative at figuring out little ways to score inside.
Garland against Curry. A 3. And Moody pulls it down. Moody's got his 4th rebound in this one. The kick outside to Butler. Oh, thrown down by Butler.
And that's what they want to see from Butler. A take charge mindset. That desire to attack the rim.
Garland. Sweet little floater. Garland's got 4 points this quarter.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Curry dishes to Green. Pass to Butler. Back to Green. Golden State moving it around. Lock at 6. And it's in there. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Warriors.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Here's Garland. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed.
And stolen by Mobley.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. Driving the lanes, and it's Green with the jam.
Take it. I'll take it.
Off the drive.
Darius Garland.
They're trying like hell.
Curry fires from way outside. No good there. So we see the Warriors get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow.
Thanks so much, David. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, reporter David O. and the entire 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. See you later.
I mean, there's no doubt who should be player of the game.
What better for a Tuesday evening than a little NBA action on 2K Sports? With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. It's the Philadelphia 76ers and the Chicago Bulls. A look at the 76ers starting group. We've got Edwards, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard.
Boy, Pippen showing you some passing right there with that nice finish.
Now here's Butler. Going inside. Gilmore grabs the miss.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay.
Pass to Rose. Here's Jordan. Misses in close.
Really? Wow.
Now Philadelphia with it. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Pippen. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pippen's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Scottie Pippen showing you nice touch inside close range.
Butler taking his time here. Here's Bonner. Ooh, they pick off the pass. Here's Gilmore. The steal. 36 seconds left to play in the first. And count that. 2 points. and a chance.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell he was throwing to.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the night. Love is checked in for
Like, seriously,
Chicago. Butler comes in for Pippen. Rose with it. And he converts the layup.
You didn't think Rose would back down from some contact now, did you guys? Playing with a high level of intensity.
And here's Walker. With a 9-footer. And he knocks the jumper down.
What an incredible ankle breaker to help create space for a shot.
Now Rose. Pass to Jordan. Stripped it away.
The hell?
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game.
I think my
Chicago
team is
ahead,
broken.
Leading by 1. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And from
That's
what
like
we've
twice
seen from
they've done
Chicago, what's your take so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Lonnie Walker, and it's Castleton in at center.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
The Sixers trailing. Pass to Castleton. 1:21 left in the second period. Yabusele. Chicago with a rebound. Here's Pippen. Back to Love. Out to the right wing. Here's Armstrong. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
When your point guard like Armstrong is able to score inside, that does add another element to your offense.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. 59 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside Butler. No good with the triple.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Noah passes to Sloan. Here's Rose. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2
Nice.
from the free throw line.
We'll take it.
First personal foul.
Rose plays with an angry physicality, which is really hard to match up against.
For the Bulls.
And Philadelphia making a change here. And he sinks the second. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Outside Butler. Here's Bona. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Here's Rose. That one's good for 2. Rose has got 5 points.
You know, you can't let Rose get this close because when you do, he's going to cook you.
Here's Butler. Yep, that one's good.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Rose outside. Here's Jordan. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Chicago ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll be back right after this.
Should be up by 6. At least. I just keep making dumb plays.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, you look at Derrick Rose. What a contribution.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
They've got Derrick Rose, and it's Jordan in at the 2-guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Rodman, the pass to Rose. Now here's Jordan. The 3. Edwards pulls it in. 1:16 left in the third. Pass to Butler. Butler double teamed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Pippen. Butler against Jordan. And the layup is good off the glass.
The touch on Jordan's close range shots is really outstanding. He almost makes it look simple and easy to score in close like that.
Here's Butler. A quick shot there. It's off target. Chicago leading. Here's Rodman. Rose outside. Boom! He jams it straight down.
A flash of that athleticism yet again. It's clear Rose enjoys getting up and punching it down.
And it's Butler with the ball for the 76ers. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let them hear it, fans.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Pass to Bona. Here's Yabusele. And here's Edwards. 4-3. Oh, nice shot by Grimes.
For 3.
And here are the Bulls now. It's a 1-point game. Here's Gilmore. And it's Bona with a rebound. Here's Grimes. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's the Bulls leading by 1. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. We've got Edwards, and it's Yabusele in at the 4. Good work there as it goes.
Well, it's good to see Jordan focus on distributing the ball some. I mean, an all-around talent who does everything for this team.
Blocked! Here's Gilmore. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Rose. Guarded closely. Rodman. The shot is good, and the assist by Rose. Rodman's got himself going here.
You know what?
His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Sure.
76ers trail by 6.
Why not?
Here's Butler on the take, and it's Butler with the jam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Rose with the bucket.
You know, how about the touch right there, guys? I mean, when Rose gets a chance to go with the floater, he takes advantage of it.
Here's Butler. Deflected. Jordan against Edwards. Jordan goes in. And slam dunk by Jordan.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're trailing by 8. So it's Philadelphia now, trailing by 8, and it's Bona missing.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Pass to Rose. Here's Rodman. Over to the wing. From deep, Jordan. Rebounded by Butler.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Here's Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily.
Another one.
This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching. And now, time for our player of the game, Derrick Rose.
All right, who's next? Actually, there is another team I do want to use. If I can find them.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. We'll see the Indiana Pacers taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Paul George is out there with Lewis. Then it's Daniels. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's O'Neal in at the 4. So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Count that one.
Well, do not underestimate, because of where he's finishing, that Kemba Walker's size is going to be a problem. This guy knows how to make the necessary adjustments.
Now here's Lewis. Back to George. Off target from three-point range.
Not quite enough defense that time around, just lucky.
Oh my God.
O'Neal on the wing. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And Charlotte can't hang on to the ball. Charlotte making the switch here. Oaks is checked in. And Indiana with the change here too. Oladipo's checked in. First quarter, just over a minute played. George against Bogues. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, yes, sir. PJ making it look easy.
George has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. O'Neal against Johnson. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Here's Indiana. Outside, George over Bogues. The shot by George, no good.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Now, here's Walker. And it's Bogues missing. Right side, O'Neal. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
This is not a good start.
Getting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at
not a
every
good start
point
at
on the
all.
floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And that does it for the first. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Pacers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
We've got Walker. He's out there with Bogues. Devance is out there with Wallace. And it's Coleman in at the 4 slot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Boosie. Oladipo outside. Takes the 3. Connects from three-point range. Oladipo's got the lead back up to 4 now for Indiana. Out to the right wing. Walker in the post. He's covered by Daniels.
Oh, a nice defensive play. Altered the shot, then stayed right there to clean up the glass.
Artest, good on the three-point shot.
Oh, my God.
Artest's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a handle of it.
Stolen by Artest. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. And that one, good. Boosie's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers.
One easy look. Don't allow the defense to set up.
Yeah, I'm definitely losing this one.
Fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
50 seconds left here in the second. Here's Davis. It's good. Davis has got his first basket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Pass to McGinnis. And Mourning sends it back.
Talk about a guy who will send your shot back with some attitude. Mourning does not play.
Davis, the pass to Jones. Poked away.
Oh, come
Stolen by
on.
Artest. George with the ball. Jones covering. McGinnis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Davis, the pass to Coleman. Looks for Mourning, gets it to him. And yes, it's good. Mourning's got his first points of the night. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Just 3 on the clock. Another shot. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first half of play. Pacers lead by 7. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shots. Please direct your attention to center court.
I don't even want to see the stats.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And here are the Hornets now. They trail by 7 on the court for Indiana. We've got Danny Granger, Jermaine O'Neal out there with Daniels. Then it's Paul George, and it's Lewis in at the point. Lewis against Walker. Lewis outside. Left side, George puts one up from 19. And it's Rice with the rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Pacers shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. .127 left to play in the third. Kicks it out to Granger. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets trail by 6. Pass to Mourning. Out to the right wing. Walker taking his time here. Shoots. Mourning can't make it work.
I can't make anything drop right now.
Defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Here's Lewis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Kemba Walker picks one up. For Indiana, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
2 shots.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And it's the Hornets ball. 7-point differential. And Jones slams it in.
Showtime. Eddie Jones has incredible hops.
Timeout called the Pacers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And once again off the mark by Indiana. And Walker's got the ball here for the Charlotte Hornets, trailing by 5. Mourning kicks to Johnson. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Boy, I don't think he'll get a screen assist for that pick, but they get the points, and that's all that matters.
Here's Lewis, and it goes down 2 points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Walker. Up and in on the layup.
I mean, I'm staying in it.
Now in the quarter.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
I don't know how I'm staying in it, but I'm staying in it.
Indiana out in front, leading by 3. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Kemba Walker is out there with Jones. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Mourning, and it's Rice in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Pass to Daniel. Shoots a fader. That's in. Coming off the assist from O'Neal. Hornets trail by 7. Walker finds Jones. Johnson right side. 3-pointer. Ranger with the rebound. Now the Pacers with it. Outside, O'Neal. Takes it inside. Oh, the jam by O'Neal!
And so athletic for a guy his size. O'Neal just glides to the basket with ease.
O'Neal's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Here's Walker. Got a piece of it. They get it back. Mourning's shot is good. Now George. Outside, O'Neal. Teardrop shot. Mourning with some nice D. And so here's Charlotte. 7-point differential. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Now here's Lewis. In. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
And so it's Charlotte with it. They trail by 9 points.
And the defense has got to be better. Walker is looking to score once he gets in that position.
And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Kemba Walker. Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Charlotte now.
disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Daniels dishes to Lewis, and Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul.
Kemba Walker.
That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 9.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
Walker's shot is off. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And making a mental toughness that this group showed. They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
It happens. What are you gonna do? Yeah, right. I'm not psychotic enough to take that team on.
Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We'll see the New York Knicks facing the Indiana Pacers. Now, New York starting 5. They've got Anthony, and it's Ewing in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, when PG's just aggressive in close, just punishing the rim that time.
Here's Anthony. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Granger. Pass to Lewis. George outside. 4 on the clock. Wing shot on the way. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Over to the left wing. Here's Reed. Out left to the wing. Anthony outside. The 3 is up. Buries it from 3. Anthony's got 5 now.
Quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch and shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Outside O'Neal. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Frazier. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Nice.
Block that shot in time. Just a man a second late.
And here's Oladipo. Count it. Good.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Richardson for three. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Knicks.
I knew this was going to be a good game, but damn.
And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen from New York, what's your take so far?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And for the Knicks. And it's Houston in a two-guard. That's to Stoudemire. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Oladipo outside. Here's Boosie. The three is up. And good. Coming on the setup by Oladipo. Busey's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Richardson with it. Now Oladipo defending. Here's Houston. He can't hit that time. Oladipo on the wing. Guarded by Reed. Offensive rebound. 2 points. That one goes. McGinnis has got his first basket of the night.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. You see that pay off.
So Indiana ends up going with a new group, and the Knicks making a change here. It's Anthony on the take. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That's a time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony, so strong and going to the rim.
And it's out of bounds to Indiana.
My God.
George for three. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
George, a volume three-point shooter. He possesses outstanding confidence and leans into that perimeter game.
Three-pointer, Anthony. The Pacers pull it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside O'Neal. Oh, they get a hand on it. And here we go, the Knicks in transition. Frazier with the bucket. 12 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Lewis. Here's Nedelicki. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Pacers out in front. They're up by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Damn. But we're just a little better at defense, I'm telling you.
After a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Paul George with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
We've got George, and it's O'Neal in at the power forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Frazier. Pass to Reed. Anthony with it. In the air. No good at the rim.
That was a clever move to try to lose the defender in midair there, even if he didn't knock down the shot.
O'Neal. And it's New York with a rebound.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Pacers leading by 3. Going for the oop here. And here we go, the Knicks in transition.
Oh my God, and I screwed mine up.
Left side O'Neal. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Yeah, good whistle there.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
At the line for the Knicks, Walt Frazier. 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good.
Damn. Down by 4.
44 seconds left in the third quarter. Oh, misses the dunk.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Anthony, the pass to Frazier. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Carmelo has superb court awareness, sharing the ball that time well.
Indiana leading. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And one thing I've
I
learned
knew this
through
was
the
going to be a
years is
great
no matter
game.
the situation, there are always adjustments you can make.
Yeah, not just there to pump.
The only
up
one that
or
was kind of bad was
discipline
that
players.
Hornets game
You
I
gotta
just
make
played.
sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Granger. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Indiana shooting their initial free throws of the game here. First one falls for him.
For the Pacers, Danny Granger. 2 shots.
Good on both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
On the wing, Anthony fires the 3, knocks down the triple. Anthony's got 10.
Melo cashing in right now from the perimeter where he's in transition and spotting up. You got to get to him.
2 on the clock. Misses the layup. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Pacers. They're up by 1. All right, we're going to... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, we've got Carmelo Anthony, and it's Reed in a 4-man position. To take the lead, pass to Guerin. Anthony outside. Oh, and they take the lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight of converting on those chances.
Ewing passes to Frazier. Pass to Reed. 6 to shoot. There's Guerin. That 3's off the mark. Indiana on offense. George passes to Granger. Here's Daniels, guarded by Reed. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that. Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And the Pacers call time here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hi, guys. The head coach for Indiana had some instruction for his guys during the break. And they told the team it's close. We've got a chance if we battle, compete. You can see the players love the message. They look fired up. We'll see if it works, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie. He takes it in. Frazier. Oh, he nails it. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Show some love. Let's go.
27 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. George, no good. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
23 seconds left in the final quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. Shooting for New York, Walt Frazier.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Jermaine O'Neal. First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for New York, Patrick Ewing. Taking 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that increases the lead to 6. There's 10 seconds left in the game. Outside O'Neal. Here's Granger. And a miss there on the triple. So New York wins it. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win. Whatever the margin.
Well, we got time for one more, I think.
That's going to do it for now. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian.
Oh, amazing games tonight. Let's see what the old let's do like an all-star game.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. We've got the 70s team and the 80s team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Havlicek is out there with Frazier. Then there's Irving. Then it's Kareem, and it's Lanier in at the power forward.
And guys, you got to know who you're guarding. You got to run the shooter off that sweet spot. And for Havlicek, that's anything in the mid-range area.
Here's Jordan. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, my goodness. The creativity, the athleticism.
My God, Michael Jordan.
Now, here is Havlicek.
That's scary.
Frazier outside. McHale with some nice D. Malone with it, and Abdul-Jabbar picks him up defensively. Bird passes to Malone. Back to Bird. Over Irving. And it's Bird missing. And the 70s team with possession. Here's Havlicek. Good D by Jordan. Here's Bird, and it's blocked.
Oh my God.
Goes up at the stripe. Shot by Frazier, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
70s team foul. John Havlicek. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Irving, and Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
Here's Maravich. Great D that time from Irving. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. The 80s team leads by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game.
Good
here
way to
after
close
one
out the
quarter of
stream.
play. And taking a
I'm
look,
glad I
guys,
did
at
this
the
one.
80s team performance. What are your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Olajuwon is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Thomas. Then there's Irving. And it's Bird in at the 3 spot. And for the 70s team, they've got Havlicek. White is out there with Maravich. Then there's Hayes. And it's McAdoo in at center.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. On the wing, Irving. Inside. Olajuwon finds Bird. And a miss there on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Maravich, good.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching. And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. He possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
The 80s team making some changes. McHale's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Jordan comes in for Bird. And it's Johnson in for Irving. The 70s team also making some changes here. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for McAdoo. Irving comes in for Havlicek. And it's Frazier in for White. Irving can't get it to go.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
When the hell did he steal it?
Sometimes they don't fall.
I missed it.
You've just got to keep taking great shots.
The 80s team making some changes. James Worthy's checked in for Olajuwon, and Irving subbed in for Thomas. The 70s team also making some changes here. Walton comes in for Hayes, and Barry subbed in for Maravich.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Abdul-Jabbar in the post. McHale's there. Jordan deciding where to go with it. And slam dunk by Jordan.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive game so far. It's the 80s.
We might have to start doing more of these.
And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
I didn't think about doing any of the All-Stars.
Make some noise and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the 80s team. 3-point lead. They've got Magic Johnson. Malone is out there with McHale. That's Bird. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard. McHale, and the layup's good off the glass. McHale's got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for the 80s team. And for the 70s team, Frazier is out there with Havlicek. Then it's Kareem. Then there's Irving. And it's Lanier in at the 4.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Malone in the post. Frazier covering. Malone misses. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, and among the many things
I
to like about Hondo, he is strictly about the team. Willing to take on any role. He just wants to win.
Johnson against Frazier. Irving a screen on Johnson. We've got 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Irving. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got his second bucket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Bird right side. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Lanier.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a pull shot.
Time called here. The 80s team will talk it over. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Johnson dishes to Malone. Over Abdul-Jabbar. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Malone's got his first bucket of the night.
Malone is relentless inside. So strong with non-stop effort.
Havlicek against Jordan. Havlicek outside. Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we've reached the end of the third. The 80s team leads by 4. And right after this... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Moses Malone out there with McKay. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Johnson, and it's Bird in at the 3 slot. The 80s team with the ball. 4-point game. Malone, the pass to McHale. In the corner, it's Jordan. On the wing, Johnson. It's good.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
Havlicek outside. Over Jordan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 80s team.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Johnson, the pass to Jordan. And it's Jordan slamming it down. Really good possession there. They never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
And if you're going to pull away, now is the time to do it. Time to finish the game strong.
There's the pick. Frazier, the pass to Lanier. The offensive rebound. Nice defense from Malone.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And then Malone with the dunk.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any window of a potential comeback.
To the paint, here's Lanier, and it is flushed down with a nice jam. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Jordan can't get it.
That was not playing smart.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and
Holy
game clock.
crap, what was I thinking?
And he drives in. They get it back. Lanier, the pass to Frazier. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
Well, that's the best way to neutralize that size advantage. Make him defend out on the perimeter.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
Michael Jordan taking 2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that'll just about do it. Coming through at the line in a big spot.
Now a timeout called by the 70s team. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And what's their best move at this point?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
And that's an intentional foul.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. First personal foul. 3rd team foul. At the line for
It's the first. That makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good.
Larry Bird. First personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
Julius Irving. At the line for
both free throws good for Irving. Now here's Johnson. And the miss. So it's the 80s team winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they
Not bad.
were electric.
Not bad at all.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Stan
All right,
Van Gundy,
on that note, I'm getting out of here for the evening. I want to thank everybody who came in. The likes, the comments, the shares, the follows. As always, it's appreciated. And we will be back tomorrow morning.